definitely nowhere near at the top of our list. We know that Lance Stroll is um damn. I'm flat out with a sprained back and bored and pain. Damn, Sylvia Witt Kelly, shit. What'd you do? The hell happened to you? But damn, like I like I was gonna say, I don't we can't even compare Logan Sargent to Lance Stroll, and we already know there's two LSs. All right, we got Lance Stroll, Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent was supposed to be a representation of America in Formula One. If you've ever heard about the LS motor, it is a very dominant motor in any performance realm you go to. There are several different platforms that have the LS motor in it. I'm talking about all the way from Sylvia's to 240s to Z's, ranging from 240Zs to 300Zs, even 350Zs, all types of older model vehicles that didn't come with it. You even got 240SXs with LS motors in them. You got Miatas. You got all types of stuff with LS motors in them. And Logan Sargent is not doing shit. He's not doing anything. And he's had his opportunity. He's had a fair opportunity to prove himself in Formula One. And I tip my hat off to James Vowles for giving him that opportunity, because looking back, I know I did. I know I may have been a bit skewed, maybe a bit harsh on criticisms of Logan Sargent in the very beginning, but I think once a few races went by, I pretty much thought I knew who that guy was. I was pretty sure that Logan Sargent was not it, but I tip my hat off to James Vowles because, and we talked about this, in a situation where we had rookies coming in to fill seats temporarily or occupy seats permanently, i.e., Oscar Piastri, who was still doing a phenomenal job in his sophomore season, which I thought, I'll speak for myself, I thought Oscar might have a sophomore slump, but it doesn't look like he's going to, especially with the fact that McLaren is delivering a good product before midseason and later. But Logan Sargent has not done well. He didn't do well last season. He's not doing well this season. Big Paul Brody says, "What's up, fam? Hope everyone is having a great day and better weekend. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. Peace and love to all." Peace and love to you, brother. I hope you're doing well. You know what I'm saying? One of our esteemed, loved, generous, caring family members right there. Sylvia Witt Kelly, I'm sending you a big ass recovery out. I cannot believe this happened to you. By the way, if Galactus, what's going on? If my moderators, if after I get off this live, we can have a short, brief meeting for maybe 5 minutes. I don't think it'll take long for us to just talk this over. Racer X210, if you're at work, that's understandable. Just small and brief before we get into this weekend, because we may be having grudge racing this Sunday. And we're trying to see if we're going to have it on F1 2024, but we do have some things to talk about, one topic to talk about before that happens, so we can say yay or nay. But a big shout out to Paul for 17 months. But in a situation where, let me get back to where I was. In a situation where these rookies were coming in, James Vowles says, you know what? Even after France Toss said, hey, he didn't think Nick DeVries got a fair opportunity. As accomplished as he was before he came in, a lot of people were saying Nick DeVries was just going to outright just smash Yuki. He was going to be the leader of the team. He was going to be the number one driver. And that did not happen. That did not happen with Nick DeVries. He almost drove scared in some ways, especially when it came to Monaco. He didn't perform well, especially after coming out of the back of bringing Williams to points in a situation where Albon was going to be absent because of medical conditions. And then he comes in, he gets a seat, and he does little to nothing with it. Okay, that would be one of many times people would have undersold Yuki just because another teammate's coming in and they look shiny, they look good, but then when you take a shower with that chain, it turns green and your damn neck breaks out. That's what Nick DeVries was, and that's what Danny Rick is right now. So you got to give Yuki his respect. But Logan Sargeant is following the Nick DeVries path, okay? And even Frantos said in that moment, he felt Nick DeVries and other rookies were being weighed or measured inappropriately based on anomalies that were happening. Okay, you got Liam comes in, looks good. Even Behrman comes in, looks awesome. Behrman's not doing so great right now, is it? And I said it. I didn't even think his F2 resume was really looking like he should be worth the hype. And it's not looking that great. You know, we gave him a little credit because, hey, you missed a race, so you had to go back. But Behrman ain't looking all that hot. And that is what it is. So Paul says Logan's days are numbered. I like the kid, but if you are not performing, well, you know, right? You know. And Galactus, bro, Galactus was on point. Galactus said, I don't know about anybody else. And maybe sometime Galactus, his approach could be a bit stern and very harsh as far as 3 strikes you out. But the brother lives by that, and so far he hasn't been wrong. He gave Logan 3, and Logan struck out. He has stricken out. And there are still a lot of people out here saying that Logan Sargeant deserves another chance. How? Where? Why? Logan Sargeant does not deserve another chance. Logan Sargeant has ruined it. And I'm going to say this. Logan Sargeant may have ruined it for other American drivers that may come up and say, hey, I want to enter Formula One. He has done horrible. He has done American drivers no favors. He has done America no favors. None at all. At all. Now, some might say, Jay, look, Albon is not doing all of that better than Logan. You might could say that. You look at this graph and you say, you know what? Maybe not monumentally better, but he's doing better. And he's brought at least 2 points home. Logan still has 0. And let's not even get into 2023. 2023, Logan brought 1 point home, and it happened through a plethora of events that may likely not happen again in his racing career for him. Do not mind. Also, remind yourself, he was 21st in driver positioning for the championship. 21st. That means there were drivers that came in, out. He's 21st. Logan Sargeant single-handedly damn near outperformed anybody in cost cap costs. If there were ever a situation or an area where Logan Sargeant outperformed, it was racking up dollars in the cost cap. He outperformed there. You got me, buddy. You got me on that. He did good at something. I guess if you're going to do bad, do all the way bad. If you're going to do bad, do better than anybody else doing bad. That's what Logan Sargeant did. That is what he did. And let's also just keep it a buck. This graph is not a fair representation of the driving that we have been seeing between Albon and Logan. Galactica says Logan barely made it to the super license. Barely. And you know what? While Galactus, bro, while you on that topic, let's talk about this. I said it before. Logan Sargeant, I have not seen him be a champion in any racing series that he's competed in. If he was a champion in karting, awesome. You got one somewhere in your life. But when it comes to sanctioned, regulated racing to crawl and project your way into Formula One, bro, you didn't do anything at F4 Brit. You didn't do anything at Renault Euro. You didn't do anything at F3 or F2. You are not a champion in any of those racing series. Logan Sargeant is not that guy. And the problem with that is this. The rebuttal that I get from some people is maybe they pulled Logan out too early. What? Maybe they pulled Logan out too early? Logan Sargeant is a grown man. who made a decision. It's not like Williams came and said, well, you know what, Logan? We got a contract right here. It says that you can't drive in anything else because we offered you this contract. You got to drive in Formula One. You don't have a choice. It's not voluntary. You can't choose to not take this money. You cannot absolutely choose not to drive for us. And you definitely can't choose not to come up to Formula One instead of staying Formula Two. That's BS. Logan Sargeant made the decision because, like any other driver, they want to get to Formula One, but he still made the decision to go. He could have said to himself, like, all right, am I really ready? Am I really, really ready to go to F1 right now? Or do I need to spend a little bit more time at F2 and get my skills up? You got a little bit more cushion in F2 than you do in F1, especially in today's environment of Formula One and driver seats. Especially today. And I'm going to say this. James Vowles is keeping it a buck with Logan Sargeant. He told him, bro, you are on a clock. And if you don't do this, and this, you're out of here. This is what I need you to do in order for me to feel like I'm giving my team the best opportunity. I'm letting the engineers know they're not wasting their time and their brain power trying to find a way to make this car faster. I'm letting the mechanics know you're not going to be wasting your time if you got to fix a car, get it up and running, because Logan Sargeant is going to do what he needs to do. I'm letting the laminate shop know you're not wasting your time building all these parts so that we can have good aero. I'm letting the damn strategists know you're not wasting your time trying to figure out what's the best strategy for us to be ahead. And he can't do that. Logan Sargeant is like buying a Rolex watch and busting it down. There is no value anymore. You just want to keep it because it's yours, it's personalized, and it looks good. But as far as resale value, you're done. It's shot. You got to find somebody else that don't want to buy their own Rolex and bust it down. They just want to get a bust down right now. And most people, and I ain't mad at you, ain't trying to pay that money. They going to get fake bust downs. Why not? Why not? Logan, somewhere out there, somebody want a fake bust down, bro, and it could be you. Maybe you go race in another series. Some people don't even feel confident that you can do good in IndyCar and Indy Next, bro. That's how bad it is. I think Logan Sargeant ought to try to go to NASCAR. That's my personal opinion. I think Logan Sargeant might need to go to NASCAR. NASCAR might be okay for Logan. And that's okay because every now and then NASCAR goes to a road course. They go to Coda, do left and right-hand turns. You might have the upper hand, bro, like Raikkonen did. You might get the upper hand. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to do that. So I'm just saying, think about it. But let's not act like, let's listen. James Vowles, what he did is not similar to what Toto did. Okay? What James Vowles did was keep it real. He told Logan, like, hey, bro, this is going to be it. I'm coming to you honestly. I'm coming to you up front. I told you last season that you had to do some things. You had to reach some goals, some checkpoints in order for us to feel confident about you. And I gave you another season. And guess what? I don't want to hear any shit talk about James Vowles if he especially lets Logan make it through the rest of the season. I mean, you got to give that dude to a fault some credit because I wouldn't let Logan make it through the rest of the season. I'm just keeping it real, a buck. Like, listen, Berman, do you want to, really, you can come do this and still have a free card and see what's up because you got a little margin for error. We're Williams, we're not Haas, we're up above Haas. Damn near, really, people looking at us better than they look at Alpine, honestly. You might could come here and do something. Hey, Felipe, they ain't going to let you drive, bro. Come get in this car. Come get in this car, Felipe Drugovich. Show Aston Martin how ridiculously dumb they've been for allowing Lance Stroll to handicap their seasons and their Constructor Championship points. Come over here and show them. Come on over here. It wouldn't be bad. But I actually think James Vowles is going to let Logan ride it out the rest of the season. And to me, that's way over generous. That is way over generous to let Logan Sargeant make it. We're not even halfway through the season. That is very generous. Even if he gave him halfway through the season, that's generous. So when James Vowles comes out and he says he's looking for drivers, Logan Sargeant is done. He is cooked. There is no ifs, ands, and buts about it. James Vowles is not playing around. He's not trying to pull your chain. He's not like Christian Horner. He's not like Helmut Marko. He may not even be like who else we got up in there? Well, we can't say him. He's not there anymore. But he's not any of those guys. He's going to tell you what he thinks. He's going to say which way we're trying to go. And Logan Sargeant, we're turning away from you. I thought, honestly, we had talked about this. I thought that when they got to Miami, they were going to be even, nice about it and say, hey, Logan, we back home state. We're going to let you do your home GP. But when you get done, make sure you got to ride back to the house because you're not coming back with us. You're done right here. We're going to let you do your home GP, and then you go ahead and chill with your family in the paddock for the last time, at least in Formula One. Chill with your family in the garage. Enjoy the hospitality suite. Enjoy the paddock club. Enjoy everything as much as you can. But Miami is your last stop. After Sunday, when all this shit is packed up and boxed up and we putting it in the plane and it's shipping out, you will be staying here. You can catch Uber. You can catch Lyft. I don't care what you catch. Anything but the flight that says you're going back to headquarters, because it's not that. It's not that. But they allowed him to still stay. But they definitely scaling in with, like, we're not trying to give you any new updates. Just go drive what you got because you ain't done good with what you had. You haven't. So that's why I say the representation of this graph, as far as people looking and say they don't look all that far apart. No, that's far apart. Keep in mind the team, the car, and keep in mind last season, while Logan Sargeant was 21st, Alex Albon was 13th. Okay? It's as simple as that. And I know, and I've already said Alex Albon's season thus far hasn't been the best, but it's been better than Logan's. So when you got to choose one, you choose the best opportunity. And that's why I don't get why so many people were up in arms about, oh, Williams, you suck. You didn't have two cars. You took a car from Logan. How could you do that? Boo, hoo, 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 hoo. Cry me a river. Justin Timberlake, get out of here with that crap. They gave the driver who gives them the best opportunity to get points, because they're not winning a race right now, what they had. It's not going to be Logan. Logan didn't earn it last season, and he hasn't really shown us that he's earned the right for them to say, hey, Alex, your car's done. It's not going to be fair for us to take Logan's car and just give it to you. He's been at least competing. They couldn't say that. As a team making good decisions, you don't do that. James Vowles is not making around here making funny, dummy decisions. Did you hear? The brother, James Vowles, wants Carlos Sainz. He wants Sainz, and for a good reason. He wants him because James Vowles has a vision, and he has factually improved the environment, the competitiveness, and the position of Williams by entering this team with his thought processes and putting them into place. He is trying to bring Williams back. I've always said, and I'll say it again, Williams is an angel that has fallen from heaven that will one day return. And James Vowles is giving them a hope, a light at the end of the tunnel, and sure damn confidence to feel that, you know what, maybe we can get there. James Vowles gives them that. And when you see how vocal James Vowles has been about Carlos, you have to know Logan is done. He is out of there. Logan knows it. Everybody in that team knows it. James Vowles has spoken. James Vowles would not have come out and campaigned for Carlos if he were not sure, Logan, you're done. He doesn't strike me as the type of guy to do that. He just doesn't. Now, if something happens where James Vowles does some funny stuff and then makes me feel like you're kind of maybe you a jacked up character because I think we all kind of feel that way about Toto at this point in time. I think we look at Toto right now and say, "Damn, bro, what happened to your character? What happened to your integrity?" And a lot of people say they already felt that way about Toto. Okay, I mean, it's one thing to talk about, listen, Mercedes, right now we're in a position, Lewis Hamilton has given us enough time to kind of survey the driver market and fill that seat. It's going to be a big void when Lewis Hamilton leaves. He's the greatest driver in Formula One. We've done absolutely great things together. But as of right now, us announcing drivers, we're going to, of course, we need to look for those drivers, and we are. But as far as right now, we're not gonna put that list out. We're gonna finish the season, and then once we actually have things locked in, like Lewis did for us, we'll do for you all and give you all a heads up. Toto didn't do that. Toto went straight hoe mode. Toto went out here and became a driver whore. He worse than somebody running around the paddock, pulling their shirt up, showing their butt, asking, "Can you sign my left butt cheek, Max Verstappen? Can you sign my stomach, Max Verstappen? Can you sign the back of my neck, Max Verstappen?" Toto just went full homo. That I'm dead serious. I was disappointed. I'm still disappointed in the way Toto carried himself in campaigning and courting and begging for Max Verstappen to come and save Mercedes. Max can't save Mercedes, bro. He don't have the mentality, he don't have the attitude, and you don't have the car. He can't save you. I'm sure I would be surprised if Carlos ends up at Mercedes. Okay, because a few of those seats that are taken are done. Okay, we thought Carlos, maybe the Red Bull. We already knew there were some problems there. And I know I'm getting off Logan Sargeant, but I'm just painting a picture as to why the door may be closed on Logan Sargeant's Formula One career. I'm just trying to paint this picture. We thought Carlos might end up going to Red Bull. No, they retained Perez. Why? We already know that there's a history between Max Verstappen, Jos Verstappen, Carlos Sainz Sr., and Carlos Sainz Jr. as far as in their past. We already know that Red Bull cuddles Max. He doesn't do well with pressure. He's never had a championship teammate. He's never had a teammate that we can say is great. Who's going to say Perez is great? Perez is not great. Perez is good. Perez is even phenomenal. Who's going to say that Alex Albon is great? Alex Albon's not great. He's good. Who's going to say that Gasly is great? Gasly's not great. He's barely good. He's decent. Max has never even had a championship teammate. So I wasn't surprised that they bought Perez back because Perez is the yes man. Perez doesn't mind being the number two in that garage permanently, and he's not going to do anything really where they feel as if, okay, maybe if Perez does enough, we can still get Constructor Championship. FLQ, what's up, my brother? Says Toto's feelings are hurt, big hurt, and he sees his team leaving with Lewis. Hey, I'm going to tell you, I said that Toto was around acting like a scorned lover. That's how he's acting, like a scorned lover. And it's not going to age well. Like many of my takes, people say it don't age well, but I don't give a shit. But Toto might not care either. But I think in Toto's position, with the relationship that has been portrayed that you had with Lewis Hamilton, you thought you'd do a little bit better like that. So Red Bull is closed. Sainz didn't get that seat. They got Perez back. Okay, so then next comes, what's the next one? We talking about Audi. We thought for a moment with the relationship of Carlos Sainz Sr., Audi rally, that maybe Carlos was going to say, you know what, I'm going to take a little time. I'm going to go ahead and chill back this season, finish this out. Next season, I'll find another racing series to get into, and then I'll join Audi. They got Nico. I don't really know about that Nico signing, but if you need a constant, Nico's been doing pretty good this season. He's been pretty solid. And I guess if you want to start with somewhat of a constant, then you start with Nico. But them signing Nico makes me feel like they're not really trying to do. They're not really trying to do a Carlos Sainz signing. Them signing Nico kind of tells me that maybe they're trying to do a young gun signing. They want a younger driver. Nico's got experience. He's not intimidating. He's not going to buck the system. He's gonna drive his best that he could drive. Maybe with a good car up under him, he could do a little bit better. But now we could bring somebody younger that has a little bit more flair, and they could come up behind Nico. Although Nico, not like we talking about Nico's one of the greatest drivers, but he ain't trash. He's more than decent, in my opinion. And I think with a better car, Nico could do well. So I believe Audi is not going to be looking to sign Carlos. That's just my opinion. It could still happen. Right now, Carlos looking between. There's three teams that could be there. Alpine, I don't know if Carlos wants to go to Alpine. I think Carlos may not want to join an organization. It seems like they can't even find their own identity. They can't even find themselves. They're really kind of in disarray. The drivers are in a feud. The organization itself couldn't even get a hold on the drivers if they wanted to, because I don't think they have that type of leadership in place. So Alpine to me would be a bad decision unless he wants to try to pull the Danny Rick move. I'm going to go to Renault. I'm going to help them build and then go up. Don't do that, Carlos, if you're not going to really do it. Danny Rick said he was going to go to Renault. He was going to help them build, and he jumped ship as soon as he got into a McLaren opportunity. He jumped ship. So I would say, Carlos, don't do the Renault if you're not really serious about weathering that storm, really trying to get it out the mud, because they down in the dirt right now. So that would leave Haas, which is a funny clown of a team, which I think many of us feel they should just be expelled from damn Formula One and bring Andretti in. Do you want to be with a team who's not really, they don't really know who their next major sponsor may be and if they can keep a major sponsor, let alone you don't even know if that owner is committed to Formula One to invest in the team enough to where it's going to matter. So the best option is Williams. You got James Vowles, who is very, very committed to trying to make this team into something great. You got an organization who has a leader they believe in, and they will do what needs to be done to try to do as best as they can do. You got a team who many of us, even spectators and other teams in Formula One, have been looking and saying, Williams might be on stopping on the descent. It might be on the rise. They could be the best of the rest. They could be that. And it's not far-fetched to consider that. So, Carlos, then the thing comes, Logan Sargeant, where would you go? To Alpine? Yeah, Ocon's leaving, but I don't even think Alpine are saying to themselves, that dude can help us. The door is closed, I believe. Reserve driver, maybe, sim driver. You got to kind of look at Logan and say, even in the sim, can he give us the data we need to improve, or is he just going to go in here and give us crash dummy data? He going to go in here and show us how good the side impact structure is from Red Bull, the wheel covers from Red Bull, which we'll get into that another damn decision, another damn live. But right now, Williams is ninth. And if Logan Sargeant could even have bought a point or two to the fold, they'd be tied for eighth. And maybe later they could be seventh, which the season is still young. We still got time to see. Galactus says, do you think Ocon got a seat somewhere? Ocon should have a seat somewhere, bro. I'm going to say that. I don't know if he's got one, but I truly think Ocon should have a seat somewhere. I do. I think he's a good enough driver. I like his aggressiveness. I like his impartiality. I like the way Ocon doesn't make it about, oh, it's Lewis Hamilton. I got to drive my best, put all my elbows out. Ocon going to put his elbows out against anybody, and we see that. And almost maybe to a fault. So some team has to say, this is an ongoing characteristic of him. Is this something that we feel we can deal with? That's what they do have to decide. So with Nico leaving, I'm not mad at saying maybe Haas bring in Ocon. Maybe that. I ain't mad at that. Maybe Ocon goes to Williams. If they can't get Sainz, maybe Ocon's the other driver that they might be considering trying to get. Maybe Williams say, you know what? We're tired of talent sitting in the garage elsewhere while we need it in our seat. What drivers are available contractually where we could offer and they would be able to come to Williams? Does Felipe have a contract structured to where we can go ahead and bring him to Williams? Does Oliver Berman say, you know what, I'm here at Ferrari, but I don't mind driving for Williams for some time so I can get a seat? We already know Lim Lawson said he's done. It's Red Bull or nothing. Does he still feel that way? Does he still feel it's Red Bull or nothing? Because Perez just got another contract, Lim, so you're not going to be in that Red Bull car. Danny Rick might be leaving, so maybe that's an opportunity for Liam Lawson. But if they don't do that, Liam might need to say, you know what, maybe Red Bull is not as committed to me as I am to them. And he might need to say, I'm out of here. I think it's about time for me to go ahead and dip. So with some of those things in motion and with limited availability, Logan Sargeant to me is through. He's not going to be in Formula One 2025. If he is, he's in the capacity of a test driver or reserve driver. But he is not, in my opinion, a number one or no. He's definitely not that. He's not, in my opinion, a number 2C driver. Just not. So we'll see what happens and just go from there. But I honestly feel that Williams, use the rest of your season wisely. Go ahead and start allowing other drivers to come drive for you in race weekends. Free practice all the way through. Go ahead and give them fair opportunity to show you their resume right now in the sport as it is. We're going to let you get a full weekend of Formula One. You're going to get free practice 1 through 3. You're going to get Q1 through Q3. You're going to get sprint if it's there in the race for sure. Show us what you got. That's what Williams, start holding these interviews real time. I'd love to see Berman take the seat. That wouldn't be bad. But I also have to keep in mind, Oliver Berman's resume isn't too much different than how I feel about Logan Sargeant's resume. Not too much. I'm not going to say it's exact, but when I go over it and I look at it, I'm not blown away by Berman's performance. I'm not blown away by it. I'm just not. You know, I think Ollie Berman could I'm definitely not going to say that he would do as bad as Logan, but I'm not impressed. I mean, what? I think he might have, he's 13th and 16th in F2. All right. He finished 13th and 16th in F2. In F3, he finished third. In F4, he has a championship right there with Armsford. So he at least has a championship in Formula 4, a Doc Formula 4. He at least has a championship there. He's got another championship for that same team the prior year in 2021. So Ollie Berman is a more accomplished driver than Logan Sargeant. So Ollie Berman coming over, cool. But F3, F2 hasn't really done much. I think the highest place he had might have been third. So he's a more accomplished driver. Now, can those potential attributes come into Formula One and grow exponentially to be the driver that if the car is up to par and up to snuff, he's not going to limit the ability of the car? Because right now, Logan Sargeant is limiting the ability of the car versus like we are thinking about Oscar, the car limiting the ability of that driver. That's where you come into this convergence. And Logan's not that. Logan is limiting an already limited Williams, and that's bad. Maybe Ollie Berman can come in and unlock the more of the car until the point where we say the car is now limiting Berman. I think right now even the Williams car might be limiting Albon to a degree. I do. I think Albon could do a bit better if he had a better car up on him. Although this season I've been a little bit shaky on him because of some of the things that have happened, but I'm not out on Albon at all. Not out on him at all. So just Logan Sargeant, the best way I can describe Logan Sargeant is crash dummy. That's the best way I can describe him. I mean, like I said, he single-handedly outperformed by damn near running up the cost cap dollars. That's what he did. And his time is up. I do applaud. Like I said, I'm going to say this one more time. I think he got a fair chance. I'm glad he got a fair chance. I think his first season, it could chuck it up to just full rookie type stuff, but I think we saw some things were a bit questionable. I think now it's cemented that Logan Sargeant is not that guy. but at least James Vowles gave him a full opportunity and another season. So Logan Sargeant doesn't leave Formula One and say, man, if I only had another shot, I could have done. No, bro, you got your shot. And you crashed it. You crashed out. You got your shot and you crashed out. It's time for Williams to don't hang on to a losing bet. You know, people try to damn double up on a losing bet so they can try to get their money back. Plus, some they just go deeper in the hole. And you try to, you know, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing to do. So hopefully Albon continues to do well. Hopefully Albon does better because last season he at least had 27 points in 2023. He needs to do that or better this season, or it's kind of a little bit of a set. It's not a little bit. It will be a setback for him. It will be. I want to see Albon do something more so that as the team grows, he can grow with the team. I'm not sure about Albon and his character and his personality fitting well with a toxic team such as Red Bull or even Alpine or anything like that. Galactus says Logan got a way better fair shot than Nick. Yeah, he got a way better shot than Nick DeVries. Nick DeVries had little room to mess up at all, and he messed up plenty. I'm not even completely mad at where Nick DeVries ended up given what he put down on paper. But he should have been given a bit more of an opportunity, at least the full season. But they didn't even want to wait for the full season. Logan got a season and some. And some. So we'll see what's up with that. But hey, we got this weekend. It looks like we will be racing. Matter of fact, let me check the Discord group right now because I put a message in for the drivers. Let me see what they said. I think we have 5. Okay, so MIA said, yes, sir. Racer X said, yes, sir. Hillian said, I'll be there. If we don't have enough drivers, there's no point. Hey, I'll put a little AI out there. It is Father's Day. I didn't even realize it was Father's Day. Somebody had to tell me it's Father's Day coming up this Sunday. And Electronic Cornbread said he'll be there. So I'm cool with 5 drivers going to show up. We mix in some AI. We go strong at 11, and then I'll go out with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? We could do that. So just I'll go ahead and get to downloading F1 2024, start getting that set up and ready. It looks like we will be grudge racing Sunday here at Wolfpack. If you want to be a part of the grudge race, you need to send me an EA Sports friend request to Wolfpack F1. You need to also be in the live chat I'm going to put the link in the video up today. You need to be in the live chat no less than 15 minutes before the live so I can see you and give you a request. Or if you're a family member, you need to be in the Discord ready room for the driver's server so we can go ahead and bring you up. S450, Racer X, Derwin Hill, those are the 3 wise men. They will be assisting as well to get drivers in. They will be assisting as well to give me feedback about the drivers. That's how I'm kind of knowing if we're ready to go to F1 24, we need to stay back on F1 23. But like I also say, if you don't say nothing, then you're not counted for. So I got drivers saying they're ready to move on. If you haven't said, "Yay, I'm not ready yet," it doesn't matter then because you didn't say nothing. So if you're not ready to move, I need to see more drivers say, "I'm not ready to go to F1 24 yet. I need a little bit more time." If you don't say nothing, we moving. I'm ready to go when my drivers are ready to go, and I'm ready to go when they say go. I'm pushing, not like I did in the race, like I went in the wall. I'm ready to really go and go further than that. That. And you know what? Hey, it's Father's Day. I might say I'm gonna hop on the sticks again. I might start practicing a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I might start doing a little practice to see if I can make it around a lap or so. I'm just saying. I don't want my first and last race with y'all to be that. That was bad. I admit it. It was like it was bad. If you didn't see it, you didn't see it. But it was like pow. That's what it was. It was horrible. But we're gonna try to change the perspective on that. All right. So big shout out to y'all. You already know what I say. Wolfpack out. Be safe. Peace.